Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a fantastic week. So, I wanted to check in with everybody and just let everybody know how my week went. So, this was one full week on Zepbound. Um, Zepbound, mounjaro, basically the same thing. Mounjaro can be prescribed for um, diabetes. Zepbound is being prescribed for weight, specifically for weight loss. So this was week one on 2.5 milligrams. So I got today is March 6th. I got my shot last Tuesday. I got my first last Tuesday, the 27th. So long story short, you can go back to my last week's video to kind of hear like the transpire of like what happened. But it was kind of last minute. I was informed that I would be getting the shots. Took a little bit of time with, insurance and everything. And then I got a text message from Walmart that it was ready. So after dinner last week, Tuesday, I went to Walmart. I got my shot. So I just figured we'll get right into it. So I took my shot 7:30 last Tuesday night. So I'll just give you like a quick recap of my week. Some of the things I did, some things that may have worked or not worked. So one thing that I will say that I have found is you do need that protein. So typically, I'm not a big breakfast eater anyway. I will have usually a coffee at home. I'll take a coffee to work. Maybe I'll sip on some water here or there, but generally it's coffee. I don't typically eat a big breakfast. I will sometimes take some type of a bar, granola bar, protein bar, something to work with me if I get hungry. Sometimes I'll take like a banana. Those are the two things that I normally would have on hand. I don't necessarily always eat. If I get busy, I don't really think about being hungry. And because I'm not a breakfast eater, it's not usually a priority. This week, I found myself almost kind of like taking something and making myself eat it. And today I was like, I don't know really why I'm doing this. Generally, I would have coffee. So I've been kind of back and forth with the coffee situation. I always put Coffee Mate creamer in my coffee. And while there's only 35 calories and, it's not too bad, there is 5 grams of sugar, and that's for 1 tablespoon. I use way more than that. I like my coffee light and creamy. I would usually have 2. It's a lot of calories and it's a lot of sugar by the time I would actually put my 2 coffees together. I know 35 calories isn't a lot, but it's a lot with what I end up using in the course of a day. And a lot of people have been saying, well, don't change what you love and the way that you do things. That being said, I have been looking for something different for my coffee situation recently anyway, because there's a lot of stuff out there about Coffee Mate and, what's in it and it being so bad for you. So my addiction is definitely more to the cream, which I'm thinking the sugar, than it is to the coffee itself. I do get a headache if I don't have coffee. But I think it was more the sugar the more I think about it. I don't like the taste of any of those artificial flavorings. And I did get the sugar-free this week, and I absolutely hated it. I could taste that artificial immediately. So on some different Facebook groups and stuff, people had some suggestions. So this morning I tried protein shake in my coffee. So this was the one that I picked up yesterday. It's Jocko Milk. So this was the one I got yesterday, and it does have 30 grams of protein and only 180 calories. So I tried it in my coffee this morning. I didn't love it right away. It does, like if you drink it by itself, it has a good vanilla flavor, a good rich vanilla flavor. So I did like that. But my coffee wasn't light enough. It wasn't as creamy as I wanted. So I poured maybe a tablespoon of creamer into it. I drank maybe half of my coffee. So then with the remainder of this, I actually put it into a regular insulated cup, and I put this in with some ice, and then I poured some coffee in to kind of make like a mochaccino kind of situation. And that's what I drank for the morning at work. So I was very busy today, running around all day, and I wasn't hungry. So I probably finished my iced coffee or whatever you want to call it by maybe, I don't know, 10:30ish. Um, so I ended up eating that instead. And I think that was probably a better option for me. I don't necessarily want to have a protein shake or a smoothie or whatever, but I liked having that as my morning routine. So I think I'm going to keep trying some different ones. I hear Premier protein shakes are probably like one of the better. But if you have any protein shakes, vanilla specifically, I love vanilla. I don't love the mocha. I don't love chocolate. I mean, I eat them, but I'm looking for something for my coffee specifically. So if you have a really good one that doesn't have that artificial Zevia or aspartame taste, because that's the taste I don't love, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to see what everybody else has found or has tried or enjoyed in the past. So that was my first thing. So my coffee, I've kind of made some changes there. The other major thing, and if you're here, you probably are taking Zepbound, interested in Zepbound, researching Zepbound or mounjaro, or something like that. And you may or may not know already that one of the major side effects that a lot of people are talking about is constipation. I know this isn't something anybody wants to talk about. None of us really want to, sit here having this conversation. And I'm not going to say like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain, I'm doubled over. But that feeling of fullness kind of stays there, and then you're not having that regularity that you normally have. So I did get some supplements. So I bought these, and I got these. So these I've been taking since the second day. However, when I started originally taking these, I forgot these. So when I read it the first time, I thought it was 3 times a day. It's actually 3 tablets 3 times a day. So these weren't really doing their job yet. So I'm going to try taking them properly. They do have a semi-enjoyable taste to them. So it's kind of like you're getting a little bit of candy. They're a chewable. They kind of remind me, if anybody remembers Chewy Sweet Tarts from like way back when, they kind of remind me of that. They're not bad. They're pretty good taste. So I'm going to try to take these properly, and hopefully that is better. I'm not horrible. I'm probably, better off with this whole situation than many people I've seen, but I would like it to be a little bit better. In my head, when we're voiding, we're kind of getting rid of all of that, and that's where we lose the weight, and this medication kind of stops that. So I would like to have something, working better. Now, I'm sure that there's things that are better than this, and I may change that as we go, but I'm also very cheap. There's 100 tablets in here. I've only been using them for, 5 or 6 days, and there's still a lot in here. So I will definitely finish these before I do anything else, because I will not get rid of them, and I'm not going to just go getting something else in the meantime. But again, if you have anything that's worked phenomenal for you, please drop that in the comments below. Another thing that I did purchase, and I'm glad I did, and I had seen some people say, please don't make this mistake, have this on hand. So Saturday night, my husband wanted to go out. We went out for dinner, and I didn't think I ate too much, but my stomach thought so. So I had one cocktail. So I had Malibu rum with a little bit of ginger ale and a splash of pineapple juice. That was all I had for the whole evening we were out. And it tends to fill me up when I'm drinking with my meal. So that was throughout the entire dinner. I had baked haddock it definitely was made with butter. So I had a baked haddock basmati rice with a side of vegetables. The vegetables had a lot of red pepper in them, and it was just too overpowering, so I couldn't really eat that. So I ate a little bit of haddock and some rice, less than half of my meal. I really felt it when I came home. So I had these antacid chews from Walmart. They're a chewy, and these are assorted fruit flavor. I really like these. They're not chalky like, Tums can tend to be. These are chews. These were really good, and these were inexpensive. These were like around $5 for 60. So, and they worked. I would say within an hour, I definitely felt better. So have some antacids on hand, have some type of a fiber supplement on hand when you're beginning your journey. So let's talk about some of the stuff I ate for the week. Okay. So starting out the week, I'm going to kind of start now. Remember, last week, Monday, I had no inclination I was doing anything. So everything was normal. Tuesday, also, I got the shot after dinner. So everything was kind of, I had already pre-planned all of my meals and everything for the week. So I didn't really, change up any of that. So I did start kind of diarying things, and I don't usually do this, but I'm trying really hard to be more mindful of things this time around. So I do have this phenomenal little diary. As you can tell, I'm a Disney fan. So shout out to my sister-in-law, Sabrina, who bought me this. And there's a reason that I'm using this to diary all of this, and she knows why. So thank you, Sabrina. I love it. And this is keeping all of my information and everything that I want to share with you handy. So, let's start with Tuesday morning, even though Tuesday was my shot day. So I had my coffee, I had a banana, I had 3 lettuce cups, P.F. Chang's lettuce cups recipe. Awesome, super easy. And I had some cantaloupe. For dinner that night, I actually had 2 pieces of pizza because I was at a meeting, and we served pizza at the meeting. And then I went and got my shot. When I got home, I had a cup of ginger ale. I gave myself the shot around 7:30. So that was Wednesday, shot day. I took the shot in the evening. That was Tuesday. So Wednesday morning, I had my coffee as normal with my regular Coffee Mate cream. I had a banana, I believe, sometime between 8:30 and 11 is usually when I'll have something, if I have something at all. So sometime in there. I again had 3 lettuce cups because I had prepared all of that on Sunday for my week. So I had 3 lettuce cups and some cantaloupe. For dinner, I had a small, 3-inch steak and cheese sandwich with the side salad. Thursday, pretty much the same. My coffee, I had cantaloupe earlier in the morning, and then just the 3 lettuce cups. So I was not as hungry. This is now a day and a half in with the shot in my system. So I had the cantaloupe earlier, and then I had the lettuce cups and nothing else. I had teriyaki chicken bowl with broccoli for dinner. I prepared that pretty much like I normally would, with teriyaki from a bottle because that's what I use, and I wasn't making different food at this point. Friday, coffee, cantaloupe again mid-morning, 3 lettuce cups. I did have a Hershey's Kiss at lunch that day, leftover rice bowls, and then I mentioned this in my last video. I had a little tiny bit, about this much, of a chocolate chip cookie that's super, super rich. Wanted no more of it. Saturday, I had some coffee, and I had a very small portion. I had bought a Laraba, and they're only about this big, and I ate a little bit of the Laraba and then had my nails done. I had a half a bag of protein chips that are also in my last video, legendary protein chips, and I finished the Laraba because I was going shopping and I didn't want to be hungry while I was shopping. This was the day I had the cocktail and the baked haddock out to dinner. Sunday morning, I did a zucchini and egg scramble. Don't knock it till you try it. Chop up zucchini, saute it a little bit, put your eggs in there, sprinkle a little cheese, which I didn't do this particular day, but it's actually really, really good if you like zucchini, which I do. And I'm not a huge egg person, but I'm trying to eat more protein. This is one of my only breakfasts that I'll ever really make for myself, but I love it. I had the leftover haddock, and I actually might have had 2 tablespoons of the rice, but that was my lunch. My mom was making dinner. She made chicken cordon bleu. I was super, super scared about this. I'm not going to lie. I was worried. And her pieces were relatively large. Chicken cordon bleu is not small. Chicken cordon bleu, and I had a half of one. I had a half of it, and then she made me mac and cheese, and it kind of broke my heart because I was like, I'm not going to be able to eat this. So I had a half of the chicken cordon bleu and maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of the mac and cheese. And then she had made some zucchini that she had sauteed in some butter. So I had a little bit of that. I was really scared about how rich this was going to be. This was the first time I was really having anything fried since starting the shot. And I was really, really worried about it. And then she always makes a dessert on Sunday, and she had made a brownie pudding cake. And I wasn't hungry, so I probably took like 2 or 3 teaspoons, and I didn't finish it because I had no sweet tooth. I wasn't really wanting that. So I was super, super worried that I was going to get sick. I had seen some stories and I've seen other people's experiences, and I was so scared. But I stopped. I didn't eat anymore. I stopped as soon as I felt I was full. I never took a second serving of the mac and cheese, which normally I would have had a plate of mac and cheese. I would have had more mac and cheese. I was not hungry. I promise you, I was not depriving myself at this point. And I wasn't sick. I was thrilled. I was a little full, but by the time we got home, I was fine, and I never got sick. I didn't have to take the antacids or anything. It was great. So that was Sunday. So Monday morning, weigh-in is what I'm kind of going to go. No, Monday morning I weighed in. Sorry. So Monday morning, that's still part of our week. I'm on the wrong page. I had a Quest bar. So I showed you my last video. I bought some Quest blueberry muffin bars. I had that in the morning with just 1 cup of coffee. At this point now, it's starting to become like I'm not craving the sugar as much, so the coffee's not tasting as good. And that's why at that point I was like, let me try the protein shakes, because I don't feel like I'm missing out right now. So I'm still pouring that coffee. I think it's just a force of habit at this point, but we'll see how things go. So Monday I had the coffee bar. I had 2 rolled up deli chicken sandwiches with a slice of cheese in the middle, and some cucumbers. I did kind of eat more, I feel like, this day. Now we're coming closer to shot day, so this is Monday. So I had the deli chicken rolled up. I had some cucumbers, nothing on them. I had the other half of the bag of protein chips, some cantaloupe. And then for dinner, I had shrimp that I had to do something with. So I sauteed the rest of the zucchini with the shrimp. And then I threw an egg in there to make it a scramble because I had some cauliflower rice. So I kind of made it like a rice bowl. And I threw a little bit of soy sauce and just a little bit of teriyaki in there for some flavor. Ironically, later on, and we eat relatively early, around 5:30, I was hungry, not like starving, but I was like, I could kind of eat something. I haven't had that in the evening after dinner at all up to this point. So Monday, I had an apple with a tablespoon of peanut butter. That was the most that I had eaten the whole week, and that was the hungriest I had been. But looking at my app, I have been staying between 1,000 and 1,200 calories. So I am currently using the My Net Diary app. I started out using MyFitnessPal, but MyFitnessPal doesn't have a scanner for the QR codes on it. And I wasn't really loving that because then I'm having to look everything up. Of course, on MyFitnessPal, you can pay monthly for a scanner, but I'm way too cheap for that. And I wasn't feeling paying for anything additional. So My Net Diary, you actually get a free scanner. So that is the app that I am now using. I switched over to my Net Diary. And according to My Net Diary, I am between 1,000 and 1,200 calories. Yesterday, I had an appointment at my surgeon for my knee, and we were talking, and he said, why are you depriving yourself? And I said, Doc, I'm just not hungry. And he said, as long as you're not hungry, then I don't care what you do. He said, you know, I've seen people say, eat the calories, don't deprive yourself. And I'm not depriving myself. I'm not forcing myself not to eat. I can't eat anymore. So this is all I can physically eat. So I'm between 1,000 and 1,200 calories. So at that point, going into Tuesday morning, where I'm going to take now I decided to take my shot Tuesday morning because Monday I was so hungry. I'm like, I don't know if I want to wait all day. And I knew I had a late doctor's appointment, so my day was going to be longer. So I took the shot 6:30 Tuesday morning. So when I did my weigh-in on Tuesday morning, we're now at a week, I lost 7.2 pounds. So I was happy with that. Um, I don't know that that would be normal and that that will continue, because I have heard doctors say, there's like 5 pounds of water weight in the beginning. So this is officially Wednesday is my official start to my week. So today is Wednesday, and now I will be starting a whole new cycle and a whole new week. So Wednesdays is my plan to recap my whole week for you as I begin my new week. So I did technically stop my shot yesterday. And Tuesday I'll recap on Tuesday next week. But and I don't know if anybody's interested really in what I ate. So definitely let me know down below if this is even something that you want to know or that you don't want to know, and we can take it from there. So as of right now, 7.2 pounds in a week. I would love to see 5 pounds a week continue. I don't know that that's realistic, but you guys will be here if you want to be. So I will say some things. I hate to use the same terms that I hear over and over and over again. Like, for some reason, I'm trying to stop myself from saying like, this is my journey, because I'm kind of sick of hearing other people say it, but I don't know how else to say it. So this is my truth. This is what I am going through. It's definitely different than everybody else's. Everybody has their own. I'm hearing a lot. I don't think until I started this did I ever hear the term in my life, food noise. Has anybody else never heard this before? Is it just me? And I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. I never thought of it before. You're sitting watching TV and things are all running through your head. And I'm like, oh, I know I have potato chips there. I have a cookie there. I have this in my bag. I never thought that anybody else in the universe was going through the same thing and had the same problem. And I hear food noise over and over and over again in the past week on different groups and different videos. And I'm like, holy crap, I had no idea that other people were going through the same thing, honestly. And that there's a term for it, apparently. So I do have to say that the food noise has decreased substantially. And I had a lot of it all the time. If nothing else, if I only lost 10 pounds during this entire process, if that decreased, I would continue this shot for the rest of my life just for that. That is huge, because that's something that, you really have to fight. And I didn't realize that we were all fighting it. But now I'm assuming that if you're here with me, you're probably in the same boat as me, and that this is probably real. So this is huge, that I'm not hearing that in my head anymore. So that I'm grateful for. I'm not hungry. And like I said, I'm not eating. I'm just not hungry. So I will take my shot at a different time now from week to week. I will be switching to Tuesday mornings. Not loving the idea that it's Tuesday. That might switch, I might change that up at some point. But for right now, we'll stick with Tuesday, see how it goes. I would definitely try at least documenting. So get one of the apps, see what app works for you, see if anything, out there is better. If anybody has a better app, please let me know that as well. A couple of things that I did buy last week. So I did buy pretzels with peanut butter, the little nuggets, and I bought some pistachios that I would have a snack, or I would have some extra protein. And I haven't even had them yet. I did package them all up, though. I was very proud of myself. So I packaged up, apparently a serving of the pretzels is 10 pretzels. So I packaged up little baggies of 10 pretzels, and a quarter cup of pistachios is a serving. And I have them in a little container where I can just grab. And I actually do have one in my work bag just in case I needed a snack, or I needed some protein, or was feeling like I needed to munch on something, because I don't want to deprive myself of those things, as I'm trying to just make better overall choices. So yeah, that's where we are right now. stock up on your antacids, find some fiber that works for you, have all of this stuff kind of ready and waiting. Yeah, and I think that that is all. If this video helped you at all, if you liked anything that I had to say, or if you want to continue week to week with me, please hit the subscribe button below. I would love to notify you when different videos are coming out. Also, I might throw in some different videos here and there. There's other things on my channel that I do and that I'm interested in, and those could pop up at any given moment. So thank you all for the support, and to all of my new members, I truly appreciate it. I would love to see some comments down below. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Take care.